Tall guy.
Right, I'm going to say one thing now. All them pictures, this is my friend. Unfortunately, I've got one. I'm not going to lie to you. So down to Summertown, there's another portrait there of just my face. So here's listen, I was 50 years old. Right? He painted me. My birthday was in March. I didn't go even pregnant. Right? I landed in the studio in April. Right? From April, it went down to Summertown. No, it can talk.
What is it referring to?
Anyone wants to ask me any questions, I've been on the street 36 years. So, if you want to ask a question, talk to him first, and then come back to me. Now you can talk.
Do you want to see, mate?
No. Okay.
No. Right, yes. I think what Alan's referring to is I've got a project called We Don't Need Culture, and it's now a project that we've got with Portsmouth City Council. And Somerset Central Hub was where I started the project, and
In 2016.
in 2016, thanks a lot. Yeah, that's true actually.
And guess what? I've been there since 2014.
Yeah, that's
So
how
now,
that's the contract, and I've met Alan.
I don't need that, maybe.
I met you down at the hospital. And that's what these pictures are about, yeah. So I've got a studio at Karl's down in Old Portsmouth, and I've been there since 5.5 years. And in that time, all the other projects about widow culture are about reaching out into the community, about painting good people of Pompey, and that includes everything. So it's really about trying to break down the hierarchy of art, and it can, in a walk like this, can be quite intimidating for people. So what we try and do is really take these walls and put them into the community and into the community centres. So there's a set of paintings in Somerset Community Hub. There's now another set in Portsmouth. So I did a project there for 2 years. So they just gone up to Portsmouth in the Hillside, which is a youth club. There's drawings of all the kids up there. So that's got to go up. So there'll be an opening up there at some point, so I'm told. And I'm hoping to continue the project down in Charles Dickens, so it's maybe around that area. We're trying to move the project north of the city. So some lovely trips right down here so we get all this. So we're just trying to get it out into the community. And that means that we try to talk to people like Alan. Now, Alan and I have got to know each other just really by you hugging me, really, coming into the studio.
Amen to that.
Yeah, he's painting me as well.
Right, so
Alright? And guess what? He's my next of kin. He's my next kid. Listen, I walked in here in 2014. First man I ever met in this town. Ask him.
Makes dresses.
So
And he's an artist as well.
So
Everybody for people who don't know, this is Pete Copley.
whose work is still all over the city.
Oh, yes.
And,
Hey, I'm a drunk. Hey, I'm not even a bloody drunk yet. I'm not even anything yet. I wish I did.
so
Fisherman.
getting to know Alan over the years. Getting to know Alan over the years has been
A bit awkward. No, I said a bit awkward.
Okay, it's been a bit
Sometimes
awkward.
you're right, sometimes a bit out.
So what is Alan's?
It's going to be very loose.
To and fro.
Look, it's making bright red. Look, are you on fire?
I am.
Look, I'm on fire as well. Look. And I'm not even a Greek yet.
Right, yeah. And so,
Yeah.
so one of Alan's little catchphrases, as Kellie do us a favour, on this occasion, he's done this because being able to corral the kids to sit and offer himself up to sit was post-lockdown. These pictures are about coming out of the lockdown. Really, they are about, bizarrely enough, to say that isolation, but as you can see, Alan is a quite gregarious guy and knows a lot of people. And so if there's one person, you think about someone life on the road, life on the street, it's an isolated thing. Here Alan's kind of like, well, he's generated quite a network around himself, and that's, you know, it's quite amazing. So he's been sending people down to, so you assume that this kind of network is something that we generate, you know, as an organisation, but actually you have been sort of like talking to people and talking this up and spreading the word. And also that you work with Society of St James, I mean they come down to you, because everybody's, you know, you can see that if somebody new on the street, you can point them out. So hopefully the works here are really about, you know, finding connections and not being judgmental and just
I'm sick of putting life, sorry about the language, but I'm sick of life. I've got COPD, I've got 5 heart attacks, and I'm still standing. Now about that one now. How many people do you know that you have taken dead?
yeah. So there is we do have these kind of conversations in the studio, and we talk about life on the street, we talk about our lives. And we've talked about, you know, we're the same. We're essentially blood, we're the same people. And so we're all what we talk. Absolutely.
Alan, how many children have you taught to fish? How many of the community have you taught to fish?
Quite a few.
Alan's renowned for it. He'll always teach you how to reel the lead up.
Not on purpose. Only because they're standing behind me. They shouldn't be standing there. They should be put like that. Don't stand behind me. It's a lucky thing to run weight from the back of the head.
So, Alan's often known as the fisherman, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And for obvious reasons.
Why?
Yeah. So this is the Q&A section. Here I ask, has anybody got any questions?
You can ask me anything you want.
Or me. You can ask me.
You can ask me the question, you can ask him the question. Then you can ask Peter as well. Because he's nothing at one time and he knows exactly what I'm like. And I don't. You know, and he knows that though. The last 3 months he's down.
So I have 2 questions.
What's that? For him or me? Is it for
We'll
him
see.
or me?
Let's see the answer.
We'll see. So, first one, so you usually do big portrait.
No, he just does what he does. He does what he does. They're the big ones, but he puts them all on.
What I'm trying to say is that this here looks like you're really trying to capture this place.
I do an extra box. Do an extra box.
Okay.
I was on camera. Do an extra box.
What's up, darling? Okay.
So essentially, basically, still ones which Aaron is very much involved in the summer. That's summer's when it kicks off. And I work out on this. So actually, the brickwork is not like just as much of a portrait as brickwork as really reflect each other, the ruggedness, the apples.
Right, I'm going to let it just roll, let Alan feel comfortable, get some photographs. And my boys are ready.
But the triptych, I think when coming out of lockdown, we're allowed to integrate again and reach out and find new subjects. Obviously, it's people that I like to paint. It's all portraits. I try with other bits and pieces, but it's really people that stimulate me and stories and that's what generates the portraits. And I wasn't allowed to do that for 18 months. So I had to do a big project. I had to do something that just because when I talk about isolation, it's kind of like really about me being isolated rather than Nana. I was going to say that he knows everybody and he's out and about, and we all had to shut down. We all had to close our doors. We had to, just cut ourselves off from each other essentially, and so it was kind of like a big statement about that. And so it really was, you can paint, and sure enough, I think I would just walk down to the Hotballs studio every morning and pop my head out into the Sally Port, and there he would be. So that's where we started that conversation about doing this portrait, really. So yes, the sense of place is definitely important. What was the other one? The triptych, yeah. No, well, I had a wealth of material. I mean, once you start, and the first one was Wonderlight. Oh, no, that's the first one. Yeah, the first one is the first one. Yeah, so the first one.
Who's chewing with his mouth?
Yeah.
That's very clever.
Oh, to me?
So that what we like, it's very much a hero shot. It's very much a hero.
A balance. It's a balance. It's a balance.
It's what referring to as
It's a balance. You've done that one, and then after that.
yeah, that was
That's the first one you've done, but you've done that one. But before that, you've done the book every place.
yeah.
And that's
And then the middle one was the very, very first shot. I have to use
Just awesome.
but on these occasions, photographers seem to really work. And that's the first shot. That's the first painting I did. And then one with white is kind of like the last one. It was, yeah. And that's to echo the previous two. It just seems to work. So when you lay out all the research material in front of you, I knew like they was just going to work so well. And it had to be big because the size, because he's a big character. It's super fat. Yeah. Now, for quick actually, for me, normally the work could be quite tight, and I'm trying to move away from that photographic type. So all the brickwork was really important. When you go back to a sense of place, that brickwork was just as important as average in a sense, because it was all palette knife on, which is very, very different to me. It was very organic, it was very just, it was really quick pictures, really. So I was sort of no more than one finish. Yeah, so it's pretty quick. Yeah. And I mean, they were, in terms of the time, I mean, I'll be back to them, I think, but really, they were quick. Yeah. So I did try and you get to a stage where I just had enough of looking at them.
This lady coming over and knocking me in. I think we're actually door. Are you alright?
But this is the interesting thing about it, that I would be counting away and you would pop in, and with way I work is I'm not that kind of natural host.
So if you want to know more about Karl Rosadzki as an artist, his stuff is going to be here displayed again. But this is obviously the one of Alan, as you know, is the cov vulture. He's trying to break down the top, middle and bottoms, and also been using it as his own way to cope with lockdown, painting the community. And there's a lot more around. So my boys are loving having one-on-one learning, actually. So this is another one. I don't think this is Karl's, actually. This is yeah, I need to be careful because obviously no cameras, no photographies on the artwork. I'm just here for Kellie. Yes, 2 seconds, I've started again.
Gives you more to see what he's doing on it. Concentration.
Often I will keep painting and you stand there and just watch. Yes. And I'm just painting away and there'll be total silence. And just very
He's doing his little thing. He's even asked me questions. Is that looking all right? No,
it's true. What do you think? You know, it would be a.
Figure it out of what he's doing already. Have you got an operation? To make it he's working.
Alan, I was going to ask, do you think it did a good job?
Should we tell you something, baby? Even sweeter. Both done. Believe me. See them now. He knows how much they're worth. He was to sell, but he can't sell it.
Alan?
I have no idea. We haven't even got that.
No, wait, you now.
Not about money. We've
How
had
many hours did it take you to make it? Now think it out and look at the size of it.
Yeah.
Now, think of the man hour, i.e. Imagine how many hours it took him to paint that.
Which one's your favourite?
All of them.
So you haven't got one that you like more than the other?
No, I can't. Because I can't just put any of them. I can't say, that's better than that one, and that one's better than that one, and that one's better than that one. And one I originally got painted on my 50th birthday, that he dumped me. And that's in the Suntown. Right, that was his first picture he ever done for me, and that was on my 50th birthday, but I didn't see it until April. Yeah? I got no discrimination.
It was a bit of a surprise.
It was.
Well, you knew I was going to do it. You knew I was going to do it, but it was.
Excuse me?
You didn't.
Alan?
I fucking didn't.
Alan?
I just went to your shop and this minute down. Hey,
You're welcome.
there's a mirror that big with that bullshit.
Okay.
So big.
So they have a question.
Yeah.
I didn't know he done that. See?
Yeah.
No, go to them first, I'll ask. No, go to them first. Actually, Alan, just in case, say Banksy came along and brought them, yeah? And you had some money, what lifestyle would you choose if you weren't ever to go own an actual house? What would be the right environment for someone like you? Say you had 20 grand for a fishing boat, or could you go into a house if...
No.
But what would be the right environment for you, other than outside Tesco's? what would be the right environment? What would you do? Would you have your own? No, Alan. Would you have a fishing hut? Yes, darling. We'll be going to ice skating. I've got to get to skating. But could you live in a fishing hut? Would that be right for you? A fishing hut, would that be right for you? So somewhere for your bike to store all your fishing kit, and that would be the perfect life for you. Banksy, you want to go and buy some art?
Well, that's true, you don't.
He doesn't.
I've been on the street 36 years of my life. When I got kicked out of my mummy's house, before that, I was in care. I got kicked out of care to my mum's, right, when I was 16. 17 years old, I get kicked out of my mum's house by my stepdad. And I've been on the street ever since in my life. I've been down the housing, accommodation when I was 17. They didn't want to give me it. Guess what? Now, saying that they got me accommodation in just under 2000. Right? And I sent a letter back to them saying, thank you very much. Oh,
You do this
and I've been on the street ever since.
Our angel.
And I walked the whole of England. All the way from all the way from Great Yarmouth, all the East Coast. That means a lot of places, Southend-on-Sea, Kingsley, you name it, I was all the way back there. Then I went from there, I went to Oxfordshire, I went to Nottinghamshire, to Cambridgeshire, I went to Cambridgeshire, back to where I come here, and I went all the way to Land's End, and back here.
What is it? Okay, so you've been all over. What is it about Portsmouth?
All about part of the country.
What is it about Portsmouth?
I only come here for a couple of weeks to go fishing. I've been here now 9 years.
No, he got an ASBO and held here on a court case. Didn't you, Alan? You got held on an ASBO. That was the first one. I said when Alan finally goes, we're getting gnomes. He got stuck.
I got probation, right? I got a year.
That's not the reason you stayed. Venus, that's...
No, because of probation.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
He got stuck.
Over the years, probation. That's why I'm still fucking here. But I ain't got it no more.
So that's what I'm asking you. So you choose to stay.
He does choose to be here.
Well, I have now since 2019.
Yeah.
Post
So you like Portsmouth and Portsmouth is
No,
down.
I'm afraid I don't like it. Right. Because I'm getting wriggled up with it.
John, careful.
Right? Well,
Right.
don't worry, I'm on the news.
You're on the move. You would say you're on the move soon.
I wish I would make a rainbow next time here.
9 years, nearly. Listen, I live most of my life in London. I come from East London. I come from where
That's a little bit still.
yeah, guess what? My brother-in-law is such a stupid craze. Yeah.
I know Alan's personal story, so I will let him just talk and leave the energy. He knows I'm here. Just make sure you don't touch the paintings, darling, because if you get your fingerprints on them, what does Daddy say? Daddy leaves his thumbprint, doesn't he? Yeah, so he says you've got to be really careful. Got reporters sitting at the front, that's why I'm asking the questions. They've got their back to me hidden. you want to know, obviously, more about Karl.
Well, we've got Moses down the end, and Moses is the oldest, if not the oldest.
Right, anyway, guys.
He was
Right, we're going to go skating in a minute, okay? Go and check on the skate crew. Don't stamp your feet, it's banging.
So she was part of the cultural group down at some town hub, so that's where I met her. And
Excuse me?
Yes, Elijah, shush. Yes, this is actually the levels of the neighbours and communities that he's been taking the photographs of. Yes. Yes, just want to make sure Alan's got to go off from here back to the streets, so everybody else gets to go back to a home. Yeah, you can down the toilet. Everybody else gets to go back to a home, but not Alan. He goes back to the streets tonight. The boys are getting bored now. Yes, they're talking.
right. There's quite a few characters painted around.
You had some, well, you painted Mo a long time before me.
Yeah.
You had a couple in front.
Come on, sit down.
Right. Oh, right, okay, yeah, the painting. Oh, I see.
No,
Oh, you're talking about in the studio at the moment? Yeah, that's my father. That's his house.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Not quite.
Well, you have to do it.
My mum died in Italy. I've been running back and forth from here since I've been here to find my mum's address and everything else. Find that in November in 2017, my nan died in April. And when I was in London, when I lived, the family friend who told me in November my mum died in April. And I've been like back and forth all over the clock in London, trying to bloody find me. Yeah? My sisters, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah? One of my sisters was in Cambridgeshire. Another one, Norwich. Another one, all down the East Coast. That's why I've done the 4 o'clock in England.
But your family down here, and sounds a little network of friends down here.
Well, put it this way, I know more people here than I know in London.
Right. You used to talk about London a lot, but now this seems to be the place where you're not. Yeah.
We're nearly done, okay? Yes, we're going to go off and get some bits. Come on. Okay, we're going to go and get some chips down the beach before we go home. So, right, my kids have had enough, and I don't want to interrupt at the moment, so they're now starting to get a little bit. Right, you've done really, really well. You've got your detective badge on, got a bit of a bogey nose. Alan's nearly finished, and we're going to make sure, and then go and see if the skaters are okay. Shiloh. I'm going to sign off.